Warning! What you are about to view may deeply affect your thoughts and perception of what is real and what is not. If you are under the age of 18 or extremely susceptible to rumor, please leave the room immediately. The Blair Witch phenomenon is about to enter the room, and this video may be the only thing that could shield you from its viral infection. We do not have a cure, but can and will give you the information needed to recognize viral advertising, which may be the only help in avoiding this virus.
Blair Witch Project was an independent horror film, presented as a documentary which was pieced together from amateur footage. It tells the story of three young student filmmakers who get lost in the woods of Burkesville, Maryland, while filming a documentary about the local legend of the Blair Witch. Things start to get creepy as an unseen presence begins to terrorize the young filmmakers. After 5 days, they disappear, leaving behind their footage.
The Blair Witch Project was released in July of 1999, but not before it was bought by Artisan Entertainment at the Sundance Festival for $1.1 million in January of 1999. Advertising on the internet, television, and teaser posters were made to suggest that the documentary was real, based on real evidence left behind. The film was a hit, grossing over $248 million worldwide. Considering it took roughly $30,000 to make, the profit was unprecedented.
Soon after the movie was released, it was revealed that the whole thing was a hoax, made profitable by none other than viral advertising.
Viral advertising, otherwise known as viral marketing, are marketing techniques used to create buzz about a particular product. Mediums such as word of mouth and internet help to facilitate and encourage people to openly and voluntarily pass along information about the product. Viral advertising can face ethical issues because many times its viewers do not understand that it is a form of advertising. Because they know so much about the product voluntarily, they feel that it is not advertising.
In the case of the Blair Witch Project, viral advertising was used to create hype and interest in the movie. Unfortunately, the information passed through viral advertising was found to be completely made up, created to solely increase its publicity.
We will apply the terrorist test to the viral advertising efforts of the Blair Witch Project to see if it is indeed ethically sound. The terrorist test suggests that the creators of an advertisement to ask themselves a series of 5 questions. If they can answer yes to all of these questions, they can be sure that their ad is indeed ethical.
The first component of the terrorist test is T, which stands for truthfulness. In this part of the test, an ad maker, and more specifically the creators of the Blair Witch Project, would have to ask themselves, are the ad claims, both verbal and visual, truthful? Artisan Entertainment pushed the Blair Witch Project as a real-life documentary, using fake video footage, photos, and diary entries on their website. They deceived the viewers into thinking that the Blair Witch phenomenon actually happened. The terrorist test states that if the message in the ad communicates only part of the truth, the ad is deemed unethical. In the case of the Blair Witch, everything about the advertisements are untruthful. Therefore, Artisan Entertainment would fail in their advertising efforts to pass their ad.
Step 2 in the terrorist test is determining its authenticity. Before its release, Artisan Entertainment relaunched the Blair Witch Project website. They added on more material which included information like police reports, the history of the Blair Witch legend, and the backstory of the missing students featured in the film, and undiscovered extra footage. It was soon found out that all this material was completely fake, created to add to their internet marketing strategy. This information is not an authentic representation of the reality of the movie because it was all fake, unbeknownst to its viewers. Furthermore, the Blair Witch Project advertising was created in such a way that would not motivate the agency who developed and wrote the marketing campaign for Blair Witch. The reason this movie was so popular was because its viewers thought it was based on a true story, while its advertisers knew all along that it was a hoax. Therefore, the Blair Witch Project fails the authenticity test.
R, which stands for respect for the viewer who is receiving the persuasive message. Through this component of the test, it might be appropriate for advertising practitioners to ask themselves, am I willing to take full, open, personal, and public responsibility for the content of this ad? Artisan Entertainment did not take full, open, personal, and public responsibility for the content of this ad because they felt that deceiving their viewers was okay, due to the success of the movie. One of the filmmakers said in another Entertainment Weekly interview that they were not trying to pull a hoax. You go to our website or look at any of our other marketing and it looks that and feels real. But every interview we've done, we've told the process of how we made the movie. We walked the line because a lot of people really want to go in not knowing for sure one way or another.
He said.
The E in the terrorist test stands for equity. Equity deals with the level at which the ad was created and whether it legitimately reaches the audience or listener in a way that is not hard to distinguish in nature, such as being real or fake. A question they may ask themselves is the recipient of the message on the same playing field as the ad's creator? Well, since the average person receiving this message knew little previous information about the Blair Witch legend, then no, the recipient and the creator are on two different levels. This in turn provided leverage for the creators of the movies and ads, since little to no knowledge was common among the public concerning the Blair Witch legend. Another question would be, in order for the viewer to interpret the ad, must the person be abnormally well-informed, unusually bright, or quick-witted? Blair Witch advertisement, movie trailers, and propaganda definitely does not pass the equity part of the TERS test, because the truth is that one would need to be well-informed to understand the movie was just a movie and not actually raw footage from a documentary.
The last step in the TERS test calls for social responsibility. When the Blair Witch Project website was released with its extra material, over 75 million hits were estimated before the film opened in July of 1999. People, especially teenagers, felt that they were part of the Blair Witch experience and didn't realize that the website was merely advertising. One parent, Disney Films chairman Joe Ross, said in the LA Times interview, "It took all of my resources as a parent and a studio head to convince my 15-year-old son and his friends that Blair Witch wasn't a documentary. After what they saw on TV and the internet, they felt like they were on the inside of the experience, not being told by a studio to see a movie," he said. The Blair Witch Project advertising is one of the most deceptive marketing efforts for a movie in history. It severely decreased the trust an average person has for advertisement and persuasive messages in general. Furthermore, it takes no corporate responsibility. Although it was wildly successful, it teaches people that deception is okay in the face of profit.
Using the TERS model and applying all 5 steps has proven that the viral marketing associated with the Blair Witch Project was a complete failure from an ethical standpoint. The ad campaign involved with this hoax of a movie was unethical and unprofessional. However, this method did trick us into believing everything from the movie was true. $248 million too late. The Blair Witch Project has been very successful in the box office, but was a failure in helping to meet the ethical guidelines and standards that are promoted through the TERS model and self-regulation that ad companies need to meet.